Now it's time to apply what we've just learned in a real life context. So I'm going to go into a sports shop and I'm going to look for this lovely Wales football top. On the tag, I see the price is £40. However, on closer inspection, I see it's got this lovely red sticker on it that offers me a 10% discount. 10% off the £40 price tag. So there's a 10% reduction in price for me. So we're not going to pay that full £40. It's going to be slightly lower because of this 10% reduction, 10% off. So to find 10%, we're going to write down £40. Make sure we put that decimal spot right in. And then, as we've previously learned, to find 10% of a number, we divide it by 10. So I'm going to take my 40, divide it by 10, and we should get our answer. So the zeros, so the 0 on the 40, 0 on 10 can cancel each other out. So we can do 4 divided by 1 would be 4. So the answer we could get is £4 there. But an additional way that we've learned previously is moving the decimal point. So because 10 has 1 0, we're going to move the decimal point forward 1 place. So let's jump in forward. There we go. So we've moved the decimal point. However, there's 3 numbers after the decimal point here. In money, we only need 2. So what we can do is we can cross that additional 0 out on the end. And then we can clearly see 10% of £40 is £4. Now we need to write this down. We need to be really precise and careful with our workings out, but also we need to write down little facts that we can refer to later. So let's write this down. 10% equals £4. We'll need that nice and bold so we can come back to that later. So there's a common misconception that this £4 is the price of the shirt. It's actually not. It's equivalent to the 10% off. It's the 10% off the £40. So it's the reduction. So we're going to see a reduction in price of £4. So now we need to set our sum up. Here we've got £40, which is the price of the shirt. We've got our £4, which is the 10% reduction, 10% off, making sure I line up my decimal points clearly, all my numbers align. Set up my sum. Put my takeaway in. Because it's a reduction, remember, we're reducing the price. So it's a takeaway sum. So 40 take away 4. I'm sure you can all do this one in your own head. 40 take away 4, of course, £36. So this is the new price of the Wales football shirt with a 10% off, the 10% discount. So I won't be paying £40, I'll be paying £36. So I can cross out that £40. I'll no longer be paying that. I'll be paying this lovely new price, reduced price of £36. Now let's try a slightly more complex problem. So I see this lovely bobble hat in the shop. I really want it, and I see the price tag is £8. Again, I'm really lucky because I see there's a 10% reduction off the price. So the price is going to be reduced by 10%. So I'm not going to pay £8, pay slightly less. Now, to find what 10% is of £8 so I can subtract them. I take my £8, make sure you place the decimal point in correctly. So £8. Again, like we did previous, there's a couple of ways of working this out. We can do £8 divided by 10, which will give us 10%. We can also, like we did in the previous one, move the decimal. So 10% off, so we can move the decimal forward 1 place. It's got 1 0, so that means we move it 1 place. So I can move this decimal point forward 1 place. Now I fill this gap in. It needs a 0 because I've got £0. And again, like we did previously, there's 3 numbers after the decimal point. How many do we need? Yeah, just the 2. So I can cross that final 0 out. And you can clearly see 10% of £8, 80p. So again, it's really important we write this down nice and clear because we need to refer to this much later on. So 10% equals 80p. Now, to find the price of the hat, remember that 80p is the 10% reduction. So now I take my £8, the price of the bobble hat. I take the 80 pence, it's the 10% reduction. It's a subtraction sum. Again, look, I'm just checking that everything's lined up. It's a subtraction sum, so I put my subtraction and I line it all up correctly. Now to do the sum. So there's my 10%, the 80 pence, and to £8 the price of the bobble hat. So 0 take away 0, I can do 0 take away, I can't remember, the largest number has to be on top. So I cross that 8 out. Now that becomes 7. Oop, let me put them in, 7. And I take that one across to my next door neighbour, and now it becomes a 10. Now we can do the sum. 0 take away 0 is 0. 0 take away 8, 2. 7 take away 0 is 7. So I've got my new price for my bobble hat. Yeah, £7.20, making sure again everything's lined up properly. So the new price of this bobble hat with a 10% reduction, £7.20. So I can cross that £8 out, so I'm not paying that. And find our new price tag, £7.20. Great.